Comic Geeks? I'm Vernon Kid back again. It is time again for another weekly DC comic review. As I told you guys before, get back into the swing of things with DC because I don't get a lot of DC, so it's easier for me to review than independent and Marvel. But the DC books that I do get, it's time to start reviewing them, give my thoughts on them. And I got 4 books this week for the week of, and we end. One of these books is ending a run, and 2 books. We got 2 books that are written by the man himself, Mark Magic Wade. That's my nickname from. And of course, we end it with the latest in the Wonder Woman, Tom Taylor's Wonder Woman, which is a very big issue that has been coming out. So let's kick it off with Batman Superman World's Finest. This is issue number 32. Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor. Mark Waid. Mark Waid does the writing as well. Pretty much, this is still dealing with the Darkness Falls run, and this is pretty much Bruce and Clark are under control of Eclipso, and it basically is taking the whole aspect of the JSA to get Bruce and Clark from underneath Eclipso's clutches. And it's crazy how the Spectre, because the Spectre is in this, he's able to do it. And it was really crazy just to how, because they broke up, the team was broken up into 2 teams. One team will handle Batman, the other team will handle Superman. And with Batman, it was crazier what they did, just so they were able to have Bruce break free of Eclipso's mind control, be under his. And they basically, I'll put it like this, basically the Spectre put Robin in danger, and that was the way Bruce was able to break free. With Superman, it was a little bit easier, because they basically had Dr. Fate and Jay Garrett Flash flew out near the sun, and they guided Clark to the heart of the sun, basically saying, Eclipso's darkness, so if the sun gets on it, maybe and it did. But this was fun. This was very interesting. It's Mark Waid. I'm always gonna, I never really say, oh, this was boring, a Mark Waid book. It's just, Mark Waid's one of my favorite writers, and I never will say anything bad about it. But that was good. It was pretty good. Next up we have is Batman and Robin Year 1. Mark Waid and Samney do the artwork. Samney does the artwork. They both co-plotted this together. So basically what this is basically I get the Year 1 of the dynamic duo. That's pretty much what it is. We are seeing, Bruce and Alfred talk about, what young Dick Grayson is going through. He lost his mom, he lost his dad to violence. There's rage in him, and of course Bruce is saying, I don't know how to be a parent. I don't know how to be a parent. And Alfred's telling them, yeah, but you understand the rage that he's going through, and that's kind of played up. They question, should he be going out fighting crime with you? That's the big question. And as we all Batman fans, we all know, it's like, what the hell was Bruce thinking, letting this 10-year-old boy go out and fight crime? That's, it's crazy. But he does, and Bruce is evaluating him through their first night. Their first night on they're introduced to Commissioner Gordon, and even Commissioner Gordon's even like, you're joking, right? That you're gonna put this kid out there in a war zone like that, and you know, Bruce kind of justifies it with his own. But they face Two-Face. They're going against Two-Face, and you know, Bruce is really evaluating. He's like, you know, he's everything he does. He's like, yeah, he's fearless. He's this. He's confident. That he gets an A+ for that. Like he's literally evaluating Dick while everything's going on. You know, he's like A+, this and that. It was funny, and even to the point where, you know, there was even a point where, you know, Bruce is trying to reason with Two-Face Harvey about who's really running this, and you know, and then you got Dick like, why are you doing this? And he's like, because deep down, underneath all that, there is a good man underneath Harvey Dent, and you know, it's really cool. It was cool. You know, it did the total opposite of what we saw in All-Star Batman around. Remember that? Where he was calling Robin a "you little shit" and all this other stuff. Like here, because it's Mark Waid, he's writing this with respect. He's writing it as what we would want to see. Yeah, we will always disagree with Bruce taking a child and having him go out and fight crime, but at the end of the book, you know, he's like, you know, you had your first you had your first villain, your first this, your first that, and you did well. And I'm like, okay, but you know, it's still cool. I don't want to spoil everything, but there is an overarching villain, and it's not Two-Face, but it was really good. I enjoyed the first part of this. I believe this is a miniseries. I don't know if this is an ongoing, but anything Mark Waid, I'm gonna read. You can believe that. And next on the list, we are next on the list we are going to Nightwing number 118, Fall of Grayson, part 5 of 5. This is Tom Taylor's Hoorah! First and foremost, let me just put this out here right now. Mr. Taylor, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but thank you. From the bottom of my heart, as a Dick Grayson fan, as a Nightwing fan, who, mind you, is my favorite person in the Bat family. Yes, even before Batman. Thank you for this. You gave such a great voice for Nightwing, for Dick Grayson. You wrote him beautifully. You gave such a eclectic feel for everybody involved in this book, whether it was the supporting cast, even Bloodhaven felt different to previous, as I kind of call you guys, conductors. You know, previous conductors who had the ball or who had the steam engine. I enjoyed the ride with you from start to finish. This was beautiful. In this, we wrap up the final part of it is Dick Grayson and Heartless, the man responsible for framing him, and why he left. And when Dick comes back to Bloodhaven and everybody sees him, and it's basically Heartless has Bloodhaven PD under his, you know, basically, oh, we're not gonna bring you in because some people, Heartless has, not only does Heartless have Blockbuster's heart in him, but he has children, family members of some of the people of Bloodhaven, and thanks to the Bat family, they were able to stop and find all the children and loved ones, and we get to see Dick just do what he does best, and take out Heartless. One of the most beautiful things that I really loved about this book is at the end of the book, we kind of throughout the book, because Dick is talking to somebody, and we finally see who he's talking to, because he's narrating this story, and we see who he's talking to. He's talking to his mother, the grave of his mother and father, which Mind you, we have not seen Dick do in some time. Dick Grayson, I can't even remember the last time we have seen Dick Grayson. He's at his parents' grave and talking to him. So that was beautiful. I love that they had that in there, and we got to see him talking. He's talking about what he did for the city and what he will continue to do for the city. He even talks to his mom and dad. He talks about Babs, Barbara, and he says, "That's Babs, Mom, Dad. Someday I'm gonna marry that girl." I'm like, stuff like that. It was such a really, really good run, and I can't put into any more good words what Tom Taylor has done with Nightwing. Every time I read something from Tom Taylor, I always just feel he can do no wrong with everybody every book Tom Taylor has been on, I've enjoyed. Now, yes, there are some books I will say this, I can't deny it, that there are some things I think he needs to, for example, I was glad I think he finished the deceased stuff, because that was getting old real quick. But outside of that, I enjoyed it very much, and I'm looking forward to his detective. He starts a detective comics the next issue, which I think next week. So I'm really looking forward to that. But outside of that, yes, this was good. Very much enjoyed it, very, very much. And hopefully, Tom Taylor, sir, you will continue to do that with writing Batman. And I look forward to the next conductor. I know you're getting off the Nightwing train. You're giving you're giving the power to the next conductor. And I'm looking forward to seeing Nightwing. I will continue to read Nightwing. I'm a loyal Nightwing fan. I always will be. But let's see where it goes. But thank you, Mr. Taylor. You did great. And we end this review on a very powerful note. And I know there's been a lot of people that have been giving this book some hate. I've seen it, cursing out Tom King and everything like that. And I'm just like, y'all bugging. I don't know what y'all smoking. But yeah, Wonder Woman number 14. Tom King, Daniel Sapir. This was sad, very sad, but bravo. This was very good as well. I don't know what people are smoking and thinking that this was terrible. This was actually very beautiful. For everybody who doesn't know, Steve Trevor is dead. The overarching villain that's been in Tom King's run, killed him, shot him. And here we see Diana go to the underworld to basically rescue him. And we see her not going at first. Everybody's just like, why aren't you going to save him, or why are you not taking your anger? We're seeing her interact with Bruce and Clark, and all the Wonder Girls are like, yeah, she's done this before. When something happens, she goes and do her thing. Talk to Cassie. Cassie may know more. Yeah, I talked to her, and Cassie said, yeah, I talked to her, and she said this. And basically, in terms of Wonder Woman, leave me alone. I'll do this myself. Maybe Yara knows more. Yara goes and no, she doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, she's cursing a lot. So she's talking to Batman and Superman. So y'all want to get into a fight? It's the craziest thing. But this was beautiful. This is very beautiful, and I love the talk that Steve and Diana have. Because he's sitting in the boat. He's in the underworld, but he hasn't left I guess you could say purgatory or so, if we're doing it from a Greek standpoint. He's in the boat, and even I'm forgetting the name of the boatman that takes people over, and Diana's just like, I come to rescue, I'm doing this, and she's just like, he's like, no, and she's telling him, you're dealing with gods here, like and he's like, well, I never really believed in gods like that, never had that much trust, and it's very beautiful. It just really shows, no matter what, how much Steve loved her, and how much she loves Steve, and she even goes on to say, like, I don't know if I can do this without you, and things like that. And it's stuff like that, as true Wonder Woman fans will know, it really shows the love that they have for each other. And sometimes the love that Diana has for Steve doesn't always necessarily mean that they have to get busy. She proves how much she loves him through her actions and things like that, and I really enjoyed that. I was really, really touched by this. There's a couple times I had to stop. I was like, okay, let me think about that for a second. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, all right, let me finish. And it was really nice. But when she returns back on the Mascara Paradise Island, something happens, and what I won't spoil it, but what I will say to you is Steve tells Diana, his grandmother, her name, and Diana does something when she gets back to the island, comes back up. He does something. She does something. She talks to her mother. She talks to Aphrodite, and while she's beseeching them and everything, she's doing something in the sand. She pulls a lock of her hair, and she had took a lock of Steve Trevor's hair, and the sand is doing something. Reminds you of her origin, huh? Y'all should know where I'm going at with this, but yes, now we get to how Diana's a certain someone was born. Excellent. Excellent indeed. I don't know what people are mad about or cursing Tom King out and saying, I thought all that crap, all this stuff about, all that crap about you, you're letting your time in the CIA guide you, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a story. Like, let him be, let the man write. Yes, you can criticize. Everybody's got you can have your opinion, but you're taking it too far. This was beautiful. This issue was beautiful. And now it makes more sense. But I kind of figured a little bit. I wasn't stupid not to think that who the child's parents were. Or I should say who the daddy was. Makes even more sense. But with that being said, guys, that was it. That was all. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed those reviews. I will be back again next week to give you another batch of DC books. Gonna get back to my Marvel, don't worry, and I will be getting back to the indie, because I got a lot of indie books that I want to review, but I can at least tell you what you can expect from the next DC comic review next time. So basically, the books that you will be seeing on next time You will be seeing, of course, Absolute Wonder Woman comes out. Looking forward to that. We're gonna have Tom Taylor's first run on the Detective Comics number 1090. We're gonna get you're gonna see me review Green Lantern Dark number 1, and the first run in the new Nightwing by Dexter Soy is doing the artwork. I'm forgetting who's writing it. And that's it. That'll be it. But outside of that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I had a lot of fun reading it. If I was to pick my favorite out of the 4 books I picked that I got, it's actually a tie. It's actually a tie between Nightwing and Wonder Woman. They both were great, and both of them had a good meaning to them. You know, this was Tom Taylor's finale, and this was Tom King's big issue for Wonder Woman. But after that, outside of that, guys, this is M.V.K saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. I will see you guys next week with another DC comic review. Y'all take it easy. Deuces.